Hello, Oldhammerers. Brett from Solo Oldhammer Gaming. I just want to welcome you to our second battle report. We have 1,000 points of Chaos versus 1,000 points of Norse. Chaos is Beastmen and Marauders. This is all for Warhammer Fantasy Battle 3rd Edition, the best edition of Warhammer, in my opinion. But I've just rolled up the Norse Wizards spell points. He rolled 7 spell points, but I'll give him the average of 10 as for the first battle report. If they come under the average, then um, give him the average. You did used to roll up randomly to see how many points that your wizards got for their spell points, so he's got 10. Other than that, the Norse are back on their way to slug it out with the undead again, but little did they know that eyes were watching in the woods and have ambushed them on their way back to the undead. So we'll take it from there and see how it goes. So hello, old Emerers. Here we are again in the battle dome of the Longhouse at Solo Oldhammer Gaming HQ. We have the Norse on the right, who are marching back towards the undead. As can be seen, generals out the front, archers to the left on the picture. Behind them is the Bondi with the valiant Norse dwarves in the rear. But lurking in the woods are Chaos Beastmen, and might be a bit hard to see, so I'll move the camera. Just trying to work out the settings on this camera too, so it's not all bumpy and make everybody seasick. But as you can see down the line, we have the Marauders and the Chaos Hounds in the background with Handler ready to pounce. So what we're going to do on the first turn for I'll do the first turn for the Beastmen, then come back and give a rundown. The Norse for their first turn will only be allowed to walk forward. From turn 2, each regiment will have to pass a leadership test to actually react to the ambush. So I thought that might be a fun little mechanic to add in. So we'll be back after Chaos movement. So the Beastmen have made their first move. That's 4 inches straight forward for them. See, in 3rd edition, the turn phases were a little bit different. We had movement phase first up, then shooting, then after that came the combat phase, so like hand to hand, then reserve phase, which is I guess you could call it the modern equivalent to the marching thing and movement from 4th to present editions, and then magic phase, then rallying. So we've just gone through the movement phase with the Children of Chaos. They are proudly moving out from their ambush points, making their way towards the Norse. Marauders have just come out from the side of the wood, and the Chaos Hounds are just moving. So we'll there will be no shooting this phase. Yeah, they haven't got any missile troops at all, the Chaos lads. So I am fiddle farting around with this camera to see what it can do. Comes with a remote, funnily enough, so that's cool. I just hope the sound quality's good, but I'll get to see that when I plug it into the computer to put these files onto the video that I'm making. But that's by the by, so I'll go through the other phases, especially like the reserve movement phase and everything for the Chaos lads, and then we'll get on with the game. Zoom out a little bit there, and yeah, talk to you soon. Okay, so we're back. Reserve movement phase is done. There's no rallying phase this turn for the Beastmen because they've got no one to rally. The Beastmen have set themselves up in the reserve movement phase for a pretty good position actually. So the Norse can only move forward this turn, and to react they have to take a leadership test, I've decided. I'm just hoping that by starting the armies where I did, I'm not going to unbalance the scenario and put the Norse in a really bad position, but I think I have. Yeah, the Norse general might have to change his name to Ragnar the Hard Done Boy, because yeah, fear could come into this as well, because the Chaos General, that's one of his attributes that he rolled, is hideous appearance, so it's fear too. So, but yeah. Norse turn is just about ready to start. So we'll get this put onto the video and get underway for the Norse. Alright, so here we are, we got turn one for the Norse. So the first thing to do for a Norse army normally would be to check for Saga animosity if there is another unit that causes animosity within 12 inches. But because the enemy is within 12 inches, that rule does not apply. So the Beastmen are within 12 inches of the Huskarls, Marauders are within 12 inches of everybody else except the Huskarls, and the Chaos Hounds are just within 12 inches of the Chaos of the Norse Dwarves. Norse Dwarves don't have to test for animosity because they only suffer Saga animosity to other Norse Dwarves, not to humans. They're above that thing. So we'll move the Norse forward like lambs to a kebab shop and come back after the movement phase for the Norse. So the Norse have just had their move. They've moved their allocated amount. Huskarls 3.5 inches because they've got a light armor shield. Same with the Bondi. Norse Dwarves just moved 3 inches. And the Archers have moved 4 because they've got no armor. Now, after the movement phase, the next phase would be shooting. So I'm actually going to allow the Archers to take a leadership check to see if they get a shot off on the Beastmen. So we'll do a leadership check. They've got no. I'm not going to allow the general to use his leadership for this one. Normally you could. For this one I'm not going to because at the moment he's unaware of the ambush. He's trying to get his troops to the front for the undead ASAP. So if they roll under 7, then they'll get a shot. So let's just roll that. And they've rolled a 10. So they've failed miserably. They're not going to be able to shoot. They can still reserve move though, because there's no enemy units within 4 inches. And within 4 inches or charge range, I believe. I'll just double check that rule. so they can make they can make a reserve move, but may not approach within 4 inches of an enemy unit, including routing enemy units. They're not divided by an obstacle, which failed a complex. They didn't fail the complex maneuver. Units which they haven't failed a fear check. Engaged in hand-to-hand combat. They're not routing. They haven't got routing or friendly routing units within 4 inches. Not within range of a feared creature. The Beastman champion, the general, actually rolled fear 2, so that would be 2 inches. So they can still make that reserve move, and we'll be back right after that. Okay, so the Norse have completed their reserve move. I'm going to allow the Norse wizard a chance to cast a spell. He would definitely be aware of the beastmen that have just made their way around. And let's have a look. Oh no, he's rolled a 10. So yeah, I was giving him a leadership test to see if he could snap out of his just marching to get towards the undead and notice what was happening on the coming out of the woods. But he's rolled a 10, and that's a big fail. So he won't be able to do magic this turn. I do like to chuck little stuff like that in to scenarios and things that I've written for like narrative purposes, just so leadership and stuff can do a bit. We'll probably see some reverse wheeling, complex maneuvers and stuff on the maneuver table. Units could do, back in these rules, the units could do 3 simple and 1 complex maneuver, I think, off the top of my head. I'll have to double check that. But that's the way I think it was. So, I've got a bad feeling about this for the Norse. I really do. Oh. Which is a bit of a bummer, actually, because I really like the Norse. They're probably one of my favouriteest armies. So, see. We'll just have to see how they go. This could turn into an absolute bloodbath again. Oh. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it ends up being a really good battle. I didn't play test the scenario, so that could be working against me. But onward and upward, we'll see how we go. Alright, so we're back for Norse Chaos turn 2, and I think it's just about to get down and dirty. The beastmen will definitely be declaring a charge on the archers. Pity they couldn't halt and shoot. This is about to get really bad for the Norse, I feel. I can't see the Norse archers winning this. This may just unbalance the scenario, but when you think about it, that's the entire point of an ambush. So we'll just keep playing it out, I suppose. Yeah, so I'll move the Chaos troops, see if they can connect with the charge, and we'll go from there. So at the end of the movement phase, it was a pretty big one actually. Nearly had to go make a cup of tea halfway through, but soldiered on. Yeah, taking risks to get these battle reports out. But the beastman did indeed charge. He does cause fear, the general, so the archers elected to run away, and from the carry-on movement from the charge, the beastmen would have been able to connect with the wizard as well. Now, luckily, they both passed their fear tests and reformed where they are. If they'd failed their fear tests, then if they'd failed their panic tests, then they would have routed, and they'd be routed, and that'd be a whole world of hurt for the Norse. Seeing as how last battle it was one failed rout test, and all of a sudden the entire line just pretty much capitulated and fled the battlefield. So that was a bit of luck there for the Norse. But there's no shooting for the Chaos Beastmen. There's also no need to rally anybody. So there is a reserve phase. They can take another movement, but they're unable to be within 12 inch, not 12 inches, you're done there, it's 4 inches of an enemy unit. So that is just, they will be able to reserve move for the Chaos Marauders and the Beast Handler with Chaos Hounds. So we'll do that now. Excellent. So there we go. So the reserve moves are done. Magic phase, there is none. No need for rallying. Nobody's broken or anything now at the moment. So all that remains is Norse turn 2. Click on to the next phase. So let's get that underway. Alrighty, so I've just gone and gotten said cup of tea. Let's have a look to see if Ragnar and his associates can reform their ranks. Formation changes, it's a simple maneuver. Turns and wills are also counted. Changing ranks, depleting flank, wedges, archer wedges, shield walls. Okay. I'm actually going to put into the scenario that because the beastmen are breathing down their neck, to wheel and face them, that would count as a complex maneuver in my book. Basically because they're so bloody close. Now the archers will have to do the same, and so will the dwarves. Now I can't see anybody's going to be able to charge from the north side, so do some rolls and see how we go. So Ragnar's first, him and the Huskarls. Oh, 7, nice, so that's a pass. The Bondi, I believe they're at 7 as well. 6, nice. Archers are at 7 because they don't have a leader. It's just the guy in black who's serving as the champion. Usually I stick the wizard in there, but because there was no cavalry or anything like that, I just stuck him out walking around. So 7 for those guys, they get a 5. This is not too bad. And the Norse Dwarves, I believe they are at a 9 with their leader. But we'll just roll and we'll see, then I can double check. 4, that'll do it. So I'll get those moves done, and yeah, we'll get on to the business end. Okay, so on to the shooting phase. So all the moves have been made. They've reformed, facing the Chaos Hordes as they bear down on them. It's looking like a pretty even fight now, actually. I couldn't get the wizard into a position to fire off a wing blast or a mind steel or anything like that on the Chaos General. There's not enough room in between those two regiments, and he just couldn't move over enough. Wind blast is line of sight, and it runs directly from the wizard himself. So that would have done some messing up on his own troops. The archers, they're armed with longbows, so they're going to have a shot at the Chaos Hounds. So we've got 6 shooting. Now usually they'd need 4s to hit because of ballistic skill 3, but because they actually moved, it's a -1. And I'm just checking the other. They're under half range. So yeah, it's -1. That's the only thing that's going to be upsetting them. So that would be a 3. 5, sorry, 5. So let's have a roll here. See how we go. Oh, we've got 2. So we're strength 3. Chaos Hounds do have a toughness of 4. So with weapon strength is 3, is 4. So we need 5s to wound. So we've got 2 and no wounds. So that's the shooting phase done. I don't think I'm going to reserve move for the Norse this turn, because I don't want to pre-measure any ranges or anything. So that was a thing back in the day. no pre-measurements. So if I check to see if how far the dwarves can move, then I'm not going to know. I'll know then whether the marauders are in range or not. So yeah, I don't want to do that. But yeah, so that's everybody. There's nobody to rally. I can't do a magic phase because well, actually he can. He's got Steel Mind, Wind Blast, and one other spell, but the other spells are pretty useless, I think. So I don't think there's any necessity to cast that one, but I think that'll do for the Norse turn 2. So we'll get on with Beastmen turn 3. This is going alright actually, turn 3, and we're just about to lock it up, see what happens in the next phase. Okay, so Beastmen are just about to do their charges. I just remembered what that other spell was. It was an elemental spell for the wizard, and it was Cloud of Smoke. What do you do? All that does is just obscure him from sight. Can't shoot at him, can't engage him, and he only moves at half move, and you use a 6-inch template. So Yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably got its merit somewhere. But yeah, let's while I've got the camera on, let's do the charges and see if the so everyone's going to charge directly in front. See how it goes. The archers will be able to stand and shoot. They've got a charge range of 7 inches because of the handle. Yeah, so I think that's. I don't know. I'm going to be short. Yeah, I'll just. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, stuff it. Let's charge. See what happens. Alright, so General's definitely getting in. He's definitely charging home. They're going to contact 2 units here. Okay, because of the 25mm base, the General actually has the option of hitting either unit. So that's pretty damn cool. Yeah, this one, 6 inches. Oh, that's perfect. 6 inches is in, so we've got some Marauders and some Dwarf action, 7 inches here, and they are. Oh, shit. They're short. Now, I think if they're short, they just move at their normal move forward and they're disordered. I think I'll double check that. I'll just make sure. So I'll just separate them a little bit, just so you can see. I've got the cord hanging out of the camera so I can plug it into the computer to charge batteries and things. But that's the Beastmen. They were short, so they're disordered. The Marauders have made contact, as you can see. And this big one here, this will be a doozy. And the wizard at the back, just slinking around, doing his thing. So let's lower the camera a little bit so you can see the act. Oh dear. I think I actually broke this the other day. That's a bit of a bummer. I want to build some more terrain too, actually. That'll be pretty cool. But yeah, I'll just go and double check that rule just to see what happens on a failed charge. I'm pretty sure they go half movement and they become disordered, but I'll have to see about that. So I have to check to see if they can still stand and shoot at them, because they were outside half the range as well. So yeah, we'll come back after that and we'll just double check. Okay, so I just checked that then. The Chaos Hounds and the Handler will count as unformed, so they moved their movement allowance, which was 3.5 because of the Beast Handler. They are now unformed, which just means that they're not prepared to do anything for the combats. They've got to reorganise. So if they get charged by anybody and they are defeated in the first round of hand-to-hand combat, they automatically break. So this could be a bit tricky. But the archers still get to fire their standard shoot on them. So we've got 6 shots. They're at -1 because of the modifier for charging shooting at a charging unit. It's explained in the book that yeah, that's pretty dodgy. Having a giant troll or something like that coming at you and trying to shoot at it like anything. So we'll just roll this. So we've got 6 shots at 5s to hit. We've got 2 hits. Now a hound has toughness 4, so we're at 5s again for wounds. Oh, we've got 1 wound. So hounds have 2 wounds each. So one of them has taken a wound from the archer fire of the Norse. Very good. Now, charging units that cause fear. Now, the Chaos General causes fear because of his hideous appearance. So, just looking at the combat phase now. And I think that's in the fear part. So here, test if the unit wishes to fight against a feared enemy, wishes to charge a feared enemy. Is charged by a feared enemy. Foe causes the unit to rout immediately. Oh, shit. Alright, so the general has 9 leadership and +2, so he'll be conferring that bonus onto the Bondi as well. He's within range. His Huskels are at 5, so that's good. And the Bondi that's a 2 and a 3, so that's a 5. So both units have passed their tests because of the fear causing general. Move the camera over a little bit, just a little bit of a different view. Just still trying to pick up sounds. So we're on to combat. Our first hand-to-hand phase. Okay, so what we have here is a hideous hand-to-hand combat in the middle. That's alright, we'll start off with the Marauders and the Dwarves first. So the champion of the Marauders will attack. Who's got the highest initiative? So it's the Cast Warrior with 6, then the Marauders, then the champion of the Dwarves, and then the Dwarves themselves. So Marauders have the Chaos Warrior has 2 attacks. I'm going to double check that. That doesn't seem right for the amount of freaking points it costs. Let's just double check in the good old handy dandy notebook. Chaos Warrior. He has 2 attacks. 70 points. There you go. Okay, so he has 2 attacks. He has weapon skill 6. And he's going to put them both onto the champion of the dwarf unit, who has weapon skill 5. So weapon skill 6 to weapon skill 5 is 4s. 2 attacks. Both hit on a 6 and a 5. Now, he is strength 6. The dwarf is toughness 4. Strength 6 on toughness 4 is 2s to wound. Okay, this could be no save modifiers or anything like that because of the hand weapon or anything like that. I don't think like strength 6 minus your save by 2 because of how hard it is. That's a good question. Saving throws. Shield discounted if using weapon in both hands. +1 to the roll if mount has cloth or metal armor. +1 to the roll if frenzied. Remember to apply saving throw modifiers due to weapon type. So because he's strength 6, that must have been a that must have been a 4th edition suppose getting spotted by a troll. Oh, well, let's just roll, see what he gets. If he rolls 2 6s, then we're fine. If he only rolls, well, he's only got 1 wound, so he has to roll 2 5 or 6s. Ah, he's rolled a 5 and a 2, so he is dead. The dwarf champion has gone the way of the dodo. Okay, so there's 4 marauders there. The marauders are weapon skill 5, and they're coming up against the wolves of weapon skill 4. So weapon skill 5, and weapon skill needing 4. So they need 4s. Now they've got, well, marauders got 2 attacks each, so that's 8 attacks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they need 4s to hit. Oh, that's putrid. Okay, they've rolled 2 hits. Now they have strength 3. Toughness for a dwarf is 4. So weapons strength is 3. Toughness 4. I need 5s to wound. Ah, it's the same as the bow, you dingly. Okay. No wounds. Okay, so the dwarves are going to hit back. They have 4. They will be just directing them on normal characters. Like on marauders, sorry. So they have weapon skill 4. Weapon skill 4 on weapon skill 5 is a 5. 5 to a hit. Not too bad. 2 hits. That was lucky. Now the dwarves, they have a strength of 3 as well, but their marauders only got a toughness of 3, so it's 3 on 3. Weapon skill 3. Strength. Weapons strength is 3. Target's toughness is 3, so they need 4s to wound. 2 wounds. Now they are rocking heavy armor and shield. So a heavy armor and shield is a 4 to save for the marauders. So that's 1 save and 1 wound. 1 save, 1 wound, because marauders have 2 wounds each. Okay. So that that combat is drawn. He will now step forward into the front rank. And that combat is drawn. Now, the next combat here, this is going to be a little bit of a doozy, this one. Now, we've got Beastman. He has initiative 5. He's got initiative 5 because of a 2-handed weapon. General has 5, so they'll be hitting at the same time. They can't actually reach each other though. So I'll do the Beastman champion first. All he can hit is 2. He can hit 1 bondsman and 1 huskell. So he has a total of 4 attacks. So we'll go 1 at the bondsman, 3 at the huskell. So the first one, weapon skill 7. Weapon skill 7 and weapon skill 3 is a 3 to hit. So this is on the bondsman. He misses. And 3s to hit as well on the huskell. Because even though Haskell has a weapon skill 4, he's got 6. No, that's 4s. Well, there you go. Yep, 4s. 4s for the Huskells. He hits twice. Now he is rocking a 2-handed weapon, actually. That is, that strength modifier does go to when you're working out save modifiers, and then, oh fuck, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because it's the weapon. So the hand-to-hand weapon, he has a 2-handed weapon, double-handed weapon. So his initiative is -1, which puts him at that. Strength is +1, save minus modifier is -1. So his strength to this is now strength 5. Wow, that's not bad. Strength 5. Save modifier is -1. So strength 5 on toughness 3 for a Haskell. Haskell is still toughness 3. Is he strength 4? Yep, that's right. He's a +2 elite. So he needs a strength 5, toughness 3. Oh shit, 2s. 2s. And mine was, we rolled a 2 for strength 5 on, no, because he missed. He didn't drop wound at all. Alright, so this one is 2s to wound. He's wounded twice. There's -1 to the save throw because of the 2-handed weapon. It cleaves people in half. He has light armor and shield, so he has a save of 5/6. So now his save is a flat 6. He has 2 wounds, so if he can save this one, he will actually live. And he doesn't, he dies. So, 1 Haskell dead. It's a pity. Oh, I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, so the general, Ragnar, he's going to strike back. He has 3 attacks. They're all going into 1 beastman because that's all he can reach. I do diagonal attacks, basically because if you manage to flank someone and you could be like 2-on-2, and if you miss both the attacks, that sucks. So it'd be better if it's 4-on-2. Just makes flanking a little bit better. Alright, so Ragnar has weapon skill 5. Beastman has weapon skill 4. So 5 on 4 is 4, so he's got 3 attacks. Let's go, let's see how he goes. He needs 4s to wound. Oh, sheesh. He hits with all of them. Now, he is armed with a magical blade that does double wounds. So he has strength 4. Beastman has toughness 4, so we're looking at 4s. If he wounds with one of these, then he might have a kill here, even up this combat. 2 6s, so that's a wound. Now, it's got a straight of 6. Yeah, I've got to sort out whether that plus, like the strength of it, includes the strength of the character and not just the weapon modifiers. I don't think it is the strength of the character. I think it is the weapon modifiers that do all that. Yeah. That's all right, we'll sort that out later. For now, we'll give him a save of 6 because he's just using a normal hand. A normal sword, it's magical though. So he saved 1, failed the other one because it does double wounds. He's got taken 2 wounds and he is dead. Now, next to go is initiative 3. Well, it's actually the Huskels that are next. And there's only one of them that can attack, and he has to attack the banner bearer, and it's the musician. This could be interesting. The banner might go down. Okay, so let's see. He's got 2 attacks. He is armed. Actually, because they're armed with spears, the second rank, a half gets to fight as well. So that's an extra 2 attacks. Let's see what it says for spears. Half of second rank may attack. So there were 2 Huskels that could fight originally. So another one could fight, and he could put those on the general, because the general killed the one there. No, that's all right. He'll aim those at the standard bearer, because they can take the standard bearer down. That would be much more beneficial. Alright, so Huskels have a weapon skill of 4. Beastmen have a weapon skill of 4, so we're looking for 4s. We've got 3 hits. Now they are rocking strength 4 against toughness 4, so we need 4s again. Spears, no bonuses except first turn, and gives you 6 initiative. Ah, idiot! They should have fought before the general because of the spears. Too late now. As we live, we learn. All right, so 4s to wound. All of these are going on the standard bearer, because that's the only one you can reach. Hits a 5, 6 to save. Nope. So he's taken a wound. Taken a wound, and he's dead. Dead. All right. Now, that beastman gets to attack back. He only has 1 attack though. 4 weapon skill on 4. 4 weapon skill on 4. Weapon skill is 4s to wound. He wounds. He is strength 4. The Huskel is toughness 3. Strength 4, toughness 3 is 3s to wound. Oh, he rolls a 1. Shit. Okay, so he misses. Now, the initiative of the bondsman is 3 with their +1 bonus. That puts them in front of the beastman. Now the level 5 champion is at 4, so he's in front of the beastman as well. Okay, so I have that can hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bondsmen, 1 attack each, so that's 3 in front. 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that's 3 in front, 2 in the back, so that's half. So let's round it down and round it up. I'm guessing it's rounded up. Yeah, because the other one can just stick his sword out, his spear over the head of the champion, because he hasn't got a spear. He's just got a sword. So, yeah. So round it up. Alright, so they've got weapon skill of 3 versus 4. Weapon skill 3 versus 4. 5s to hit. Now these are just going on normal beastmen. 2 hits. And they are strength 3, toughness 4, strength 3, Sport is 5s to wound. 1 wound. So there's another wounded beastman on the other side. Now the champion, level 5 champion for the Norse. He has weapon skill of 4, and he's just going to go against normal beastmen. He's got weapon skill 4, and he has 2 attacks. Weapon skill 4 and 4 is 4s. He gets 2. No, 3 is a miss, so that's 1 hit. And he has strength 4 on toughness 4, which is 4s again. And that's another hit. Wound. 4 and 4, just check. Yes, 4s. Alright, so Beastman has save of 6. He's failed that. Okay. So that's 1 Beastman fully dead. Alright, so the Beastman of Beastman's now. Beastman's got 1 attack back on the Huskels, on the Bondies. On the Bondi, they have weapon skill 4 on weapon skill 3. Weapon skill 4. Weapon skill 3 is a 3 to hit. Weapon skill 4. Weapon skill 3. No, that's a 4. It's actually 5s to hit. So weapon skill 4 and weapon skill 3 is 4s. Cock this one up. 5, that's 1 hit. Strength 4, toughness 3, 3s. That's a wound. 5, 6 to save. Nope. That's 1 dead. Bondsman. So what will happen is this guy will step forward. Got the movement trays. I know a few people don't like movement trays, but they are an absolute godsend. Yeah, so this one's going to die, but alright, so 2 on 2. Norse win the combat. There is not enough for the. No, there's not enough for the for them to take a route test because they didn't take 25%. They took 3 wounds. So they are pushed back 2 inches. Push back 2 inches. They will follow up. And that's the end of the movement phase, the combat phase. Well, that was a biggie. That was definitely a biggie, but a goodie. This battle is starting to sort itself out. So I think I will make a coupler after that and see how we go. Okay, welcome back for Norse turn 3. I'm just going to do a roundup of each turn now. I've had a look as I've been uploading, and this video is turning into an epic. So, it was that epic hand-to-hand combat. I do want to let you know that I did double check, and if your general is strength 7 or 6 or massively strengthed up, It's not actually his strength that gives you the minus to any saving throws or anything like that. It is the in the bestiary. It's written if you're a large creature and it's not your weapon, like two-handed weapons or something like that, it gives you -1 to saving throw. It's actually in the bestiary if you benefit from that, like a treeman. It said that getting hit by a treeman's pretty bad, so it's actually -2 to your saving throw. So yeah, that was good to double check that. So it's actually the weapon for like human-sized troops. Now I did the combat phase and everything. As you can see, the beastmen rolled very woefully and lost 2. The Norse lost another Bondi. The Beastman General is having a hard time on actually connecting on anything. Now, over here, the dwarves were able to knock off a warrior and kill him. They were then missed by everything, and surprise, surprise, the archers charged the Chaos Hounds because they were unformed, managed to kill 2, and then broke them. Panic test, and yeah, broke them. They were just outside of the 12-inch range of the general. General, of course, is over there, and the combat was back here. And yeah, so that was pretty interesting. But I'm just going to do like round up each turn now for the battle as it goes along. So we'll go into, because I don't want it to be an epic that you guys have to sit through. Unless you prefer that, then yeah, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'd much rather that you guys have a bit of fun and see I still get to fight the battle out either way. And yeah, that way you guys get a round up each round, so we don't have a gargantuan like another video on my hands. So I'll get this part uploaded, and we'll come back for Chaos Turn 4. Yeah. Just want to see if you can see those Chaos Warriors, the Marauders that I did, especially the tree. Down sort of started painting up. I really like those Norse walls. Definitely got some more realm of Warhammer Fantasy regiments to add. Just got to finish off these trees too and just put some flock on them so they'll be like that, like a dead forest, the same as that one. Trees, the rocks and everything are done. Just need a little dry brush on the timber. But I was a bit disappointed in the hounds actually, because yeah, they're pretty cool. I really enjoyed painting those, but sadly, yeah, the archers give them what for, same as the beastmen themselves. They're slowly getting chipped away. Those Huskarls are pretty hard. They're not bad troops at all. No wonder you can only get one. But I think in the 3,000 point army, I'm going to give them two-handed weapons, like Dane axes, just because that would be cool. That's the only reason. So magnificent. We will be back with the Chaos turn. Okay, so here we are for the roundup of turn 4. Now, the Beastmen lost another one in the combat, so they're now at less than 25% of their starting strength, so they'll be taking route tests soon. This is going to be tricky. The Marauders managed to kill a dwarf and push them back, but the hounds and the handler did not rally. So, dark tidings for those. But the Norse wizard's about to make his way around and see what he can do magic-wise. So I think he'll be doing a steel mind on the general, and if that happens, then he gets automatically hit. He can't defend himself because he's just like a zombie, so that could be telling. And if he falls, oof, well, that could have dire consequences for the beastmen. But the archers, actually, in both battle reports, they've done pretty good, actually. They didn't, well, they broke against the undead, but this time, wow, I should paint them a better banner. But, not bad. I do want to update the banners on my Bondi and my Huskels, though. That's a definite. Not very awe-inspiring. I did get some spears the other day, so that should wrap some cigarette paper around that and then spray paint it and paint it up. I did a banner for the Marauders. Probably can't see it. I'll do a different video where I can take some pictures. But this is hanging on a knife edge. It really depends what that wizard can do. If that wizard can get around there and do Steel Mind, or some other spell, not Smoke, because that's just useless, then Beastmen might be some trouble here. Quite happy with the Marauders though. They've done really well. They've sunk in some crappy dice rolls on my part, but that's nothing unusual. But yeah, I'll get this this one uploaded and then we'll come back for the Norse turn. But gonna make a cup of tea in the meantime because it's about 4 minutes of footage, 20 minutes of battle, condensed. So see you soon. Okay, so the Norse turn was a very interesting one, to be quite honest. The archers peppered the handler with arrows and managed to kill him. In the movement phase, the wizard just moved around the combat. Then reserve phase, he moved again. Hand-to-hand combat phase, though, I missed that one. The dwarves lost another Norse dwarf and were pushed back. They weren't able to cause any wounds, but they did pass their panic test because they're under 25 now, 25% casualties at the starting unit. Then in the magic phase, Steel Mind he was going to cast, but he didn't have to because the general was actually killed in hand-to-hand combat. He went down to Huskels and Bondi. I rolled pretty good for that, but it's quite a surprise actually. I'm still a little bit shocked. But another beastman went down, and without his leadership now, I think the Chaos Warrior would be quite happy to cut his losses and run. Part of the narrative for this is I'm going to make it that he was severely injured on the battlefield, and that he did manage to escape, but the Chaos Warrior is trying to organise a coup, and the Beastman General doesn't know that he's actually a very powerful wizard. So I might actually use figure out what Chaos God to use for him, and roll him up all special on the tables for like the Lost and the Damned or Slaves to Darkness. That could be fun. But yeah, I'm going to call the battle here now. It's starting to get pretty long on the upload time, and I want to have it out today. So I'll upload this, and then yeah, we'll go to the after battle report. So first of all, if you're watching this now, thanks for watching the battle report, our second one. Truly, do yourself a favour. If you want to do some Oldhammer gaming, get yourself a copy. Either eBay, garage sales, I don't know. Maybe there's a copy up in your basement or your loft. I'm not sure what you'd call it. That you had from when you were a whippersnapper, and definitely a copy of Warhammer Armies. There's a lot of sites where you can get a PDF. If you can get it on eBay, that's pretty cool because I still like books. I don't mind reading them on computer, but yeah, if I had the choice, it'd definitely be a book. But I just love this edition. I really, really do. I've got a few more plans for stuff. Like the battle report today was a long time in the making. Now that I've got 4 armies of 1,000 points, I've got Undead, which are extremely powerful because of fear. Norse, of course. Chaos, and wait, I've only got 3 armies. Yeah, I've only got 3 armies. Shit. I thought I had 4. That's a bummer. But yeah, dwarves are nearly finished. Still plugging through my orcs. But today's battle, highs and lows. It's not until now that I realise that I forgot about the friggin' Chaos Tributes. That might have made a huge difference actually, especially for Chaos, because the Beastmen had three tails, and 2 of them could attack to the front, so that's an extra 2 attacks each. The General, I remembered his fear, but I didn't remember his strength or his movement, because he had extra movement, but he was sticking with the unit anyway, so that's not a concern. Chaos Hounds. If I didn't stuff up and their attack wasn't short in the first place, I think they would have done better against the archers. I did roll extremely well for the Norse today, as opposed to the first battle report against the undead. They could not succeed a roll at all against the undead, but today they seem to make up for it in droves. The archers actually killed 2 Chaos Hounds in one turn, so that wasn't too bad. That really separated them. But it can be hard to try and remember everything when you're just playing solo. But as I read through it again and play some more games, then hopefully that'll get better. So I am looking forward to that. But I enjoyed it. I always enjoy fantasy battle. I really do. The next thing that I'm planning, that will be pretty different. I haven't seen one on YouTube, so yeah, I've just got orcs and goblins to finish with that. The dwarves are all done, and I need to get a halfling. So whether that's an Oldhammer GW one or one that I find somewhere else that I can use. I might even get a box set of I think it's War Games Factory or something, that do a box set of halflings, because in Warhammer armies you can get halflings as a mercenary detachment, or allies, I think actually. So that would be cool. Yeah, there they are. They're halflings. So you get contingent commander, militia, ally standard bearer, and scouts. So scouts pretty cool. I'm not gonna have the contingent commander on a friggin' pony, that's for sure. He can get down and dirty with the rest of them. But that would be cool. So yeah, maybe a box of them, and I'll just assemble one as what I need for the next thing that I'm planning. Yeah, but I just wanted to thank everyone for subscribing to the channel. It really does mean a lot. Can't thank you guys enough. Sticking around. I'm really enjoying getting back into Oldhammer over the past year that I've really been like getting stuck in and trying to get content and stuff out. But yeah, just wanted to thank you guys, and thank you for climbing the mountain with me, the Oldhammer mountain. And yeah, at the end of the day, I had a really good day doing the battle report and bringing it to you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know in the comments whether you'd want in-depth turns like that gargantuan turn 2, or if you prefer just like a roundup with key rolls and stuff like that, because I know myself, I like watching battle reports, and if they've got like the key rolls and like key hand-to-hand combats and that are done, because Oldhammer is a bit alien to some people. Like, let's face it, I know that some of you guys weren't even born when it came out, so it is nice to see that stuff and have it explained. So as you dip your toe into 3rd edition, the best edition, don't forget that, then yeah, sometimes that's nice to have that explained. But yeah, definitely do yourselves a favour, get yourself a copy. The rule book, the army book. It's 5 books all up, and there are PDFs available. But that's naughty. But yeah, do that, and yeah, start your Oldhammer journey. And when you do, let me know. Drop me a comment so I can go over and check out your channel, spread the word. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, a like, and notifications, and always stay cool, stay Oldhammer.